Cherryville Highway, open 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till noon on Saturday. That's Sellers Service Center.
Carter Chevrolet in Shelby is proud to welcome Matt Serbeck to their family dealership. And Matt would like to take this time to invite his friends and former customers to come on by and see him at Carter Chevrolet. Ask about over $7,000 in savings on the 2019 Chevy Silverado 1500 truck and 0% financing for up to 60 months on the 2019 Chevy Equinox. Yes, you'll feel smarter when you buy from Carter. Come see Matt Serbeck today at Carter Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at carterchevyofshelby.com.
A mostly sunny day is in the forecast for the foothills and the Piedmont today. Will stay windy but mild as highs climb back into the lower 50s to the north and the mid to upper 50s for the south. Tonight, mostly clear and much colder as lows fall back into the low to mid 30s. Your Valentine's Day forecast not looking too bad. We're mostly sunny early in the day, but we become mostly cloudy by tomorrow evening. A mild day for Valentine's Day with highs in the low to mid 60s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Currently at the Big Old Country Studios, it's 4:06.
For over 25 years, Moss Realty has been serving clients in Gaston and surrounding counties. Their realtors know the area, not just from maps and pictures, but from living and working in the community. From Belmont to Kings Mountain, Lincolnton to Clover, and more, the hometown specialists at Moss Realty want you to be their neighbors.
Hi, I'm Warren Moss. Whether you're buying or selling your home in Gaston County, call one of the professionals at Moss Realty or visit us online at mossrealty.com. Moss Realty, your hometown specialist.
They've done it. Weston Sales in Vail is North America's #1 Coyote dealer. Now listen up. I didn't just say #1 in North Carolina. I didn't say just #1 in the United States. I said #1 Coyote dealer in North America. Come to Weston Sales in Vail and find out why. It's time for you to get ahead of the pack and get a new Coyote from Weston Sales in Vail. Ask about their 6-year unlimited hour warranty and a free loader with qualifying tractors. Weston Sales, 110 North Highway 18 in Vail, #1 in North America.
Alrighty, folks, welcome out to the best in sports right here at the Classic Ford Studios. Tim Johnson, Kenny Link, Mr. Baseball himself. We're live today on a Wednesday afternoon right here on WCSL 1590 on the AM station, and Ken also on the FM station 92.3 on the FM. Hope you folks having a good day out there. Kenny, I understand that you turned 1 year a little older, Ken, yesterday. So happy birthday. And so what'd you do for your birthday, Kenny?
I just took it easy. You know, I was just thankful to make it another year.
Yeah, and praise God for that. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The alternative's not as good, you know.
So let me ask you, do you feel older? Do you feel old?
I don't feel real old.
You don't look old.
I feel older than I did, say, 10 years ago. But, you know, I used to say I felt like I was 25. I'm not going to lie anymore.
Okay. All right. Okay. So did Miss Teresa do anything special for you on your birthday?
Oh, yeah. She brought me a present.
What'd she buy you?
Just something to use there around the house, something practical. So
that sounds like her.
I just took it easy around the house. Stuart wanted me to go out and eat and stuff, but it was so rainy. We said, let's do it another time. So
okay. So what'd you eat?
Kelly brought me a present over, so I just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, nothing special.
Did you get that phone set up? Because last time I talked to you, Kelly was working on your phone.
We got some new phones, got it all set up, working and everything, got everything transferred over.
See, I thought I was the only one in the family that, you know, that didn't know anything about a phone. You know, my wife does everything for me when it comes to a phone or any kind of.
Kelly's real good on that kind of stuff.
Computer-wise.
You know, when you got to transfer everything from your old phone to your new phone.
Absolutely.
And it's a process to do that. And of course, she said, Dad, your phone's so old, half of it don't work. I said, quit fussing, just do it.
Well, happy birthday to you, Kenny, from all the WCSL listeners out there, and of course from myself and everybody. So,
well, I got 20 years on you, Tim. I'm gonna tell you what an old fella told me when I was a teenager. He said, "Son, when you get old as me, give me a call. Let me know how you doing." So you give me a call. Let me know how you doing.
I tell you what, I hope I reach that beautiful age of 70 years old, folks. So there you have it.
All right, let's talk some sports, Tim.
Ken, we got a breaking news. Breaking news right now, Ken. South Fork 2A conference this year, folks, will not be
at Catawba Valley College in Hickory, Ken. It's going to be at Lincolnton High School this year, Ken.
That's the tournament after the regular season,
Yes.
which ends this week.
Absolutely.
So I guess that'll be next week. Well, that's right there close to us, so I'm sure we'll do some covering.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure the championship game for sure.
Did we do 2 games last year or 1? I can't remember. I know we did.
We just did the championship game last year.
Hey, who knows? We might be able to do a couple games this year.
Who knows? We may. But yeah, we'll do that, and we'll talk a little bit about local basketball here in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about college basketball, Tim.
Let's do that.
First of all, last night, I don't watch Duke play unless I think they're going to lose. And, buddy, I was really watching them last night. And when they're down 23 points with less than 10 minutes left in the game,
you had your hopes up
on the road. You
were jumping up, wasn't you?
I done had changed the record. They had a loss.
Okay.
And then Louisville decided to collapse. Duke, with the biggest comeback in their history, came back and beat Louisville by 2 points after being down 23 with 9:55 left in the ball game.
That's the Blue Devils for you. So let me ask you a question. How many points did your boy have, Zion Williamson?
He had about 27. He got in foul trouble, went sat on the bench with 3 fouls, came back in, immediately got his 4th foul, sat down, and they brought him back when it was down 23 and 9:55 left, and he was instrumental in that comeback. But Louisville helped them a lot. They turned it over 13 times, and at least 2/3 of them, Duke was shooting layups and dunk the other end because they were making bad passes and Duke just running down on fast breaks and killing them. They looked like they'd never seen a press before. Duke played a 2-2-1 press during that comeback, and they just didn't know what they was doing. They kept telegraphing passes. They missed 3 1-and-1. This is like, we're going to let you have this game. And Duke said, we're ready to take it. And now Duke hits some big shots, don't get me wrong. But Louisville just had complete collapse.
Just like you said, just collapsed.
They collapsed.
So they had a chance to beat the number 2 team in the nation right there.
Great chance. Crowd going nuts,
And they're a really good basketball team, Louisville is. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So, anyway, that hurt my feelings, and my feelings already hurt from the previous night when Carolina really had an excellent shot to beat Virginia. Had some bad luck, had some injuries. Little went down the first half, didn't play the rest of the game. Cam Johnson goes down, and we got bit by the shot clock twice, Tim. At the end of the first half, listen to this. End of the first half, Carolina played awful. They're down 7. Shot clock running down. White knocks the ball away, gathers it in the backcourt, lays it in 2 points. Nah, referee says, guess what? The shot clock expired for Virginia before you picked it up. So therefore, basket don't count. Carolina gets to get ball, but it's only 2 seconds left. They can't get off a good shot. And so there's 2 points. And then late in the game, when it was, I think, 3:29 left in the game, right near half court, White gets the ball, shot clock running down, fires in about a 45-footer. They say it's good. And they look at it and say, no, it's still on his fingertips. Just bad luck.
Well, White's been playing good. He's been playing good.
And May didn't shoot well, 2 for 10. And White, I mean, he was trying to do all he could, but when May wasn't shooting well and Cam Johnson's not in the game and Little's not in there, they're going to concentrate on White. And that's what they did. And it made him tough there at the end. He just couldn't hit the shots at the end.
Well, let's go over to the college basketball rankings right quick, folks. Tennessee's number 1 in the nation. Your Dookie Blue Devils, who came back and whipped up on the Louisville Cardinals, are number 2 team in the nation. Gonzaga's number 3. Virginia Wahoo Cavaliers, there are 4. Then you have Kentucky.
And Kentucky last night lost on a tip-in at the buzzer to LSU by 2 points.
Okay, so they'll drop then. They're number 5 team in the nation.
They got a big game coming up with Tennessee, I think, on Saturday.
That is a big game. Yeah, that'll be a good basketball game. Who do you got in that game? Tennessee. Where's it going to be at?
I'm not sure. Where it's at.
We need to find out. We might look that up here in a little while.
I want to see Tennessee. I've seen them play a little bit, but they say they got one of the best inside games. I want to see Tennessee play. Yes.
Okay, so Tennessee. I see. So Kentucky's 5. Michigan is number 6. Nevada 7. And Kenny's UNC Tar Heels number 8. Houston number 9. And then you got Marquette. Hey, Marquette's at number 10, Kenny. And some other ACC teams. Notable is number 16, Louisville, number 17, Florida State, and number 22, Virginia Tech. the Hokies, Ken. So
yes, Florida State's the one who's coming on. They're pretty hot right now.
Really?
And so we can let's drop.
Well, they're getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, let's drop down and talk about the ACC standings.
Go for
where
it.
they're at. Duke with that big comeback victory last night, 10-1, setting atop the ACC. Virginia and Carolina with 92 records. Carolina will play Duke 2 times. They haven't played yet. Their next game that they have with each other will be a week from today. They'll play Duke, and Carolina will be playing in Durham. Syracuse number 3, 8-3 record. Louisville number 4. With 8-4 record down in 5th place. Virginia Tech 7-4. Florida State 6-4. Everybody else is 500 or below. Your NC State Woodpack is only 5-6, Tim. They're going to have to hustle and start winning some games and probably do really well in the tournament to try to get in.
Yeah, they're going to have to win a couple games, probably at least 2 games. Wouldn't you think so? If State had a chance.
Yes.
And Ken, I tell you, the 2 surprise teams to me has been all year. It's been Syracuse and Louisville. They have played.
And Louisville coach, that's a new coach there, and he's done a heck of a job. It's heartbreaking to see him lose last night because for 3 quarters they made Duke look bad. For 3 quarters of the game they dominated Duke, and they just collapsed at the end there.
Yeah, that would be a heartbreaker. ACC, the best team in ACC, Ken. The best team.
Well,
now, you told me before we went on air that you thought Carolina could whip you in Virginia, and I agree with you. I think Carolina can.
If their players hadn't got hurt and a couple bad bounces, they could have easily won that game. It could have went the other way very easily. Let's put it that way.
Well, let me tell you something, Ken. I think Carolina can beat Duke. I'm going to tell you why. Senior leadership.
Well,
and experience.
And you saw, now I'm saying this, for 3 quarters of the game, you saw that lack of experience last night for Duke because they were throwing up junk. They weren't hitting the threes. They're just throwing up stuff from everywhere. Zion got in foul trouble and was very frustrated. You could tell by his motions on the court, very frustrated for a while. So you can get to him a little bit. So we'll see.
One thing I have noticed about Duke, their defense has gotten better.
Yeah, they have good defense. And guess what?
It's gotten better.
And if you make lazy passes and stuff, they got long arms out there, and they'll pick it
quick.
off. And that's what Duke does. If they could get steals,
it's showtime.
Then it's showtime.
It's showtime. You're right.
And once they get going, that gets them fired up emotionally, and they just play even more better. So, Duke got a good defensive team. Don't get me wrong. They're good defensively. When they hit the 3, Tim, they're tough. If the 3s don't go in, you can beat them. You say that about a lot of teams. Really.
Ken, I saw Virginia play this weekend, and I was not impressed. Virginia, they got a little guy. He's little, man.
Yeah,
he looks like he's what, 5'9"?
Yeah, he wasn't big.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there thinking that's advantage right there. Yeah. Anybody you play, take him out of the game.
And Virginia shot well against Carolina. They hit the 3s, and Guy hit a couple big 3s at the end of the game, and I give him credit for that. So. But I think Carolina.
Top 3 teams: Duke, Virginia, Carolina.
I think right now you got to give it to Duke, and I'd say Carolina 2nd, Virginia 3rd. Now
Syracuse,
Duke and Carolina have not played yet. They got two games to play, so we'll see what happens.
That might decide ACC.
Well, it probably will the regular season.
Yes.
Now Virginia could, nobody beat Virginia but Duke. So Duke and Carolina could beat each other up, and Virginia
Duke's beat them twice.
And Virginia could sneak in there and win it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If they split, Carolina and Duke split, Virginia could jump in there.
You're right. You're exactly right.
So you never know. But
I tell you, Syracuse and Louisville. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna take Syracuse as a team who could upset everybody and win ACC tournament. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of one person, Boeheim.
Yeah,
he's a good coach, Ken.
And if they play that tough zone against Duke, and they
make Duke shoot from outside, they're going to hit the 3s.
They beat Duke earlier, but what I'm saying is Duke's not hitting from outside, then Syracuse is the type of team it could be.
Possibly get them in foul trouble too. NBA All-Star event in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Queen City is hosting it this year. It'll start Friday at 7 o'clock. Celebrity game, Rising Stars Challenge. Also Saturday 8 p.m. will be the Skills Challenge, the 3-point contest, dunk contest, and Sunday will be the at 8 o'clock on TV will be the All-Star game. And I understand that our good friend Mr. Kevin Hastings will be live for all 3 of those. Kevin, is that correct?
Yeah, I've got the schedule here in front of me. Now, this is the detailed. Let me give y'all everything you need to know.
Schedule. Hit a home run. Knock it out.
We won't be broadcasting any of these on KTC Broadcasting on the weekend. But what we will be doing is posting on Facebook and Twitter from some of the events, pictures, interviews, other things that we have going on. Let me give you guys a quick synopsis, and it ain't exactly going to be quick, but some of the stuff that folks might be interested in. It's not just those three things, guys. So today, Wednesday, is nothing. Media credential pickup day for the media folks. So media credential can pick them up any day.
And to echo what Kevin's saying, there's a lot of events going on, and downtown Charlotte's been talking about it for several days about how bad the traffic's going to be. Just lots of people in town.
Yeah, they've opened up a part of, I think on 77 or somewhere downtown. They've opened up a piece of the road that they're actually going to close down Tuesday. As soon as they're going to open it up for 3 days.
And I heard
and let them in.
A few of the schools in the area is going to close at lunchtime
for Friday. It might make a little sense just to get the buses off the roads. It's
safety too.
People don't realize how many people are actually coming. So put it this way: there's 19,000 seats in the arena. Not a single ticket is being sold to anyone in North Carolina.
Got you.
Wow. All 19,000 tickets are given away to sponsors. So the All-Star game does not sell tickets. So the whole thing of bringing the All-Star game to Charlotte doesn't really mean too much to the actual fans because they can't actually go to the games or the events. What they can do is go to the experiences, and that's some of the things I'm going to give you here in a second. But yeah, Tim, they never sold tickets. So if you're actually going to get a ticket to the game, you had to be some type of sponsor for some team and some, because you got to divide 19,000 seats by 30 teams request, and people like Steph Curry have a lot of requests.
So a true fan, like say for instance you, Kevin.
No, you can't buy.
That is crazy.
The only thing you can do is go to a bar near the stadium and watch it.
So in other words, you can do. The NBA is making you whoever's around Charlotte is going to make money.
It's all NBA. Yeah, all NBA and the Charlotte. Wow. It's not the fans aren't going to be there's no fans there. Put it this way, the celebrity game, you have to get special now fans can go to that game, okay? But for the media, there's so many media requests for the celebrity game. There's more media requests for the celebrity game than actually is the basketball games. And I had to get special. You have to do a special request for the media for the celebrity game on Monday, and I didn't get my credentials until yesterday, so I didn't even know about that part, which I wouldn't have wanted to go anyway. I don't think, or couldn't have. But yeah, the celebrity you can buy tickets. You can also buy tickets to a couple other things. Let me go down this list and kind of go over some of this, and maybe that'll explain for some of the folks looking for what you can and can't do, unless you. So, folks, if you are buying a ticket from someone on Craigslist or stuff, you better 100% better make sure it's for real, because if you are buying a real ticket, it did not come from, it wasn't sold to anyone. It was given to someone from in some type of capacity, so there is no actual tickets there. So, all right, let's go over some of this for you guys. All right, media, y'all don't need to know that. Transportation, blah, blah, blah. All right, one of the other things they're talking about, the transportation, and I guess for the people going in, I guess it don't matter for the fans, but if you are going up to the epicenter and to the area for the stuff and for the events downtown, the train station at the stadium will be closed down. They consider it a security risk right across the street from it. Yeah. So here's something funny about the Super Bowl we didn't get to talk about, guys. So the city of Atlanta built, and I'm going to get the numbers wrong, but this is what I'm going to go with, okay? They built a pedestrian bridge across from the football stadium before the Super Bowl. Estimated cost before they started $3 million for a pedestrian bridge over the road. Now, whether you think that's a lot of money for a bridge, a walkway bridge or not, I don't know. Because it don't matter. They ended up spending $11 million on it.
Good gracious.
It went from $3 to $11 million for a pedestrian bridge. Now, get this. Wait a minute. It gets even better. So when the Super Bowl, the NFL came to town, they looked at that bridge and said, that's a security risk. You can't use it.
Wasted $11 $11 million.
They built a $11 million bridge
$11 million
before the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl NFL come in and said that's a security risk. You can't use it. So the only people that got to actually use that bridge, they did let some working people use that bridge. So they let working personnel. They built this taxpayer-funded $11 million bridge. So that's what's. Be careful on some of this, folks.
Did Roger Goodell make that decision?
I don't know, you know. All right, so looking at the so here's the schedule. On Thursday, the NBA All-Stars will be visiting some local children's hospitals from 10 to 11:30. NBA Cares Children's Hospital visit. They'll be doing that at 10:30 to 11 a.m. tomorrow. Inside the NBA TV broadcast is at the Fillmore. For anyone that wants to be in that crowd or try to get on TV, you can get to that. It's 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Inside the NBA on TV broadcast is at the Fillmore, 820 Hamilton Street. 11:30 to 2, I'll be at some media previews. I don't even know what that means. It just says media preview.
Probably to tell you how to behave.
I guess I don't know.
Uh-oh, Kevin, you're in trouble.
So here's one for you yoga fans. That they're having NBA All-Star Fit Yoga Celebration presented by Kaiser Permanente at West Charlotte High School from 1 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So if you want to get involved in that, preview of Nike Activation. Do either one of y'all know what Nike Activation is? I don't either. But that's 2 to 3 tomorrow at the Mint Museum on South Tryon Street. Then tomorrow night, this is going to be the fun show if everybody want to get over to it. It's from 5.5 hours, 6 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. at the Fillmore. Barkley, Kenny, Ernie and the gang, the NBA on TNT American Express Roadshow is tomorrow night at the Fillmore, folks. If you want to go see the TNT shows, they're at the Fillmore, not at the stadiums, okay? So get to the Fillmore. Tim, you ever been there?
Yes, I have.
I don't think I've been there. Maybe I've been there once. I can't remember. It might have been a long time.
I did a wedding there a couple times.
I was wondering. I thought you might have been there. So that's tomorrow's date. So that's the end of that tomorrow. So they'll have a big All-Star preview tomorrow night on NBA TNT.
Well, let me ask you a question again. How
Yes,
about downtown, the Holiday Inn downtown? That's a big place.
That's actually the media hotel.
Bingo. Because I did
Or
a lot
one of the
stuff.
media
Yeah,
hotels.
I've been there a lot.
That's here Tip. The media hotels: Springfield Suites, Residence Inn, Aloft, Charlotte Uptown, Renaissance, South Park, West End, Charlotte Uptown, and the Holiday Inn Center is where the media passes.
Yep.
Where I'll be going to sign up for that and get my
That's a nice place.
passes. They said it's right there at the stadium, right?
It's right there at the
Okay.
stadium. Yep. You can walk. It's
Now,
a couple blocks.
Epicenter, folks, the Epicenter there right there at the stadium, they're having a big blowout type thing. Suite is where the media will be. Some of the other places they'll all be open, of course. And the Epicenter is supposed to be the NBA hangout party destination this weekend. I would be there if you're looking to a party after the games. Go to the Epicenter. That's probably where you might be able to see a celebrity or two or three. Let's see, Friday. So Basketball Without Borders Global Camp is at Queens University in Charlotte. NBA Cares All-Star Day of Service. This is another day of service where they go around. This time they're going to the Metro Carolina United Way of Central Carolina Project and Classroom Central Parking Project from 9 to 4. The All-Stars will be participating. Now, and then, so they got a couple other special things. So the Convention Center is hosting some basketball tournaments. So from 9:30 to 3:30, they'll be having a Junior NBA Day basketball tournament started at the Convention Center from 9:30 to 3:30. After that, let's see, 11 o'clock tomorrow at Bojangles Coliseum. If you want to go watch the Rising Stars practice, will be tomorrow, 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. for the Rising Stars practice tomorrow at Bojangles Coliseum.
And the Rising Stars, I understand, are the rookies and second-year players.
Right. The NBA All-Star at the Epicenter open to the public at the Epicenter. That's noon to 7 tomorrow. That's the game, I guess, the fun type stuff that Hunter and Carson went to at the Super Bowl. The Hall of Fame press conference, folks, is tomorrow. It is not open to the public. However, I may be trying to get to that depending on the broadcast. That's at 5 o'clock tomorrow at the Spectrum Center. Now, the NBA Cares Special Olympics game, if you want to go to this, folks, you can go to this tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m., NBA Cares Special Olympics game at Bojangles Coliseum. So they're having things at the Convention Center, the Fillmore, Bojangles, Spectrum. So it's not all at the Spectrum Center. Gatorade from 5 to 8, Gatorade Junior NBA All-Star Invitational, boys and girls quarterfinals. So they're doing some type of All-Star tournament this weekend too. All those basketball games are at the Charlotte Convention Center. That's 5 to 8 tomorrow. The NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, the one I told you is impossible to get in almost if you're media, but you can buy tickets to this. I don't know how many is there. Bojangles only holds, 9,000 people, something like that? Yeah. Y'all know?
Hey, is Addison playing in that?
I don't know. Is he?
No, but Steve Smith is.
We should have sent in an application to play in that game. Hey guys, I fist bumped Michael Jordan after a game-winning shot before.
You told me that.
All right. So Charles and the gang and Shaq and the gang will be on the NBA TNT American Express Roadshow Friday night from 8:30 to 11:30. The Rising Stars Challenge. Now remember, that's at the Fillmore. Charles and them are at the Fillmore watching the games from there, or watching that from there. And then Mountain Dew Rising Stars Challenge Friday night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Doors open for that at 7:30 p.m. So that's Friday. Now we're on to Saturday. Just now getting there. 9 a.m. to 1:30 is Basketball Without Borders. That's at Queens University College. Gatorade Junior All-Star semifinals will be 9 a.m. to 10:30 at the Charlotte Convention Center. And then we'll have Media Day. This is for me, Saturday morning, 9:30 to you can go to actually Media Day if you're a fan. Ticket time, it starts at 9:30, and you can go in and watch Media Day and watch the teams practice. So practice and Media Day is 9:30 Saturday to 2 p.m. at Bojangles. They are practicing at Bojangles and not the Spectrum Center. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, Junior NBA Skills Challenge. Noon to 1 p.m., NBA Cares Building Bridges Through Basketball. Noon to 4 p.m., Junior NBA 3-on-3 All-Star Tournament. All those at the Convention Center. And then 12 to noon, NBA All-Star at the Epicenter, of course, is 12 to 7. And then the Gatorade Junior All-Star Invitational, 4 to 6:30 at Bojangles Coliseum. And then Saturday night is State Farm Saturday night, dunk contest and all that stuff. Doors open at 6:30. Tickets are at 7:30. Skills Challenge 3-point and AT&T Slam Dunk Contest from the Spectrum Center. Now, what's Saturday? Somewhere on this list, and it's not on this one. Charles and them, and I don't know what day it is. I think they're filming a few days early on Friday. Tomorrow Friday they're filming. Maybe even day, guys. They're doing a celebrity drag race out at the NASCAR drag strip. So the guys are doing a part of that, and that'll air before Saturday night's dunk contest. So if you're looking for something fun, maybe you could watch a little bit of that before the dunk contest on Saturday night and see some drag race. I don't know exactly any type of format or anything other than that. All I know is looking at my notes, it says the TNT drag racing at the NASCAR Speedway. So I couldn't tell you.
Well, they got a drag strip there right before you get to the Speedway. So
brand new, supposed to be nice. And don't they got really 4 lanes?
They do.
Something like
really nice.
If you're into the drag racing, this be kind of one you might want to get to. Sunday, guys, the Junior NBA Skills Challenge. It's from 9 a.m. to 12 at the Convention Center. At Queens University, Basketball Without Borders Global Camp, 9 to 1:30. The 3-on-3 All-Star again is 10 to 1 at Charlotte Convention Center. And then the NBA All-Star Game, 6:30. The doors open, 8 to 11 at the Spectrum Center for that. So that's the news and notes on that. About all I could give you as much as I could give you.
There's a lot going on downtown Charlotte.
It seems like what they did, since you can't really buy tickets for the games, is try to do as much stuff
for the community
as possible. Like all those little basketball tournaments, I'm sure there's a lot of locals and other people involved in some of that. So just a lot of information, folks. Give us a call if you want to know maybe a time or something we might be able to help you with. I'm going to leave this stuff here for Milton and them in the week. We do, real quick, I do want to mention, I think this is going to be one of the best 3-point contests ever. We're going to talk about that in a second. The court, have y'all seen the court? I think they failed miserably.
Really? I have not saw it.
Charlotte has historically had one of the best courts, no matter what. And we've got the honeycomb out there now. It looks awesome. Not a single honeycomb now on the floor for the All-Star. Wow. It's about as plain. It looks almost like the very first Hornets floor. It's just plain and basic.
So they're trying to make it neutral is what they're trying to do.
I don't know what they're doing. Of course, there's no East-West, so the teams are black and white versus one team's white with black logos, the other team's black with white logos. It's just, I don't like the format. It's just kind of weird for me. But anyway, you can buy some throwback. I saw online some throwback All-Star jerseys from the last time they were here. I think Jordan was the MVP of that one. Maybe it was 91, 92, something like that. But they do got some of those jerseys that you can buy those throwback.
He probably was the MVP.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely that.
All right, folks.
So there's your all-star information.
Mr. Kevin Hastings, have a good weekend, Kevin. Enjoy yourself down there, and bring us back some interviews and some live stuff with us. Next week you can catch Kevin right here with Kenny and Addison.
Y'all got any specific questions you want me to ask somebody? Something stupid? Anybody got any silly?
Not really.
Ask LeBron why he won't sit with his teammates on the bench. Why he's so moody.
Tell him to send child support for Addison if you don't mind, please.
Did you see the Anthony Davis last night? He had 3 points and they took him out early, and he said nobody wanted to play tonight. I wonder why. I mean, these stars, especially the LeBron on his end, guys. What if you're a player on that team?
Well, that's what
they offered the whole team.
They offered
every single one of you.
Who they gonna
it ain't three of you. It's every one of you.
What, it's like 5 players?
Yeah, they looking down there at LeBron saying, "Hey, we supposed to have a good attitude playing together." After they.
Well, if Anthony Davis come out now, remember last year he came out and said that he wants to go somewhere where he can win. Last year they won a first round. They swept a first round series without Boogie by himself.
Yep. Yeah.
So all he needs is one more player in New Orleans, and he can. And he's talking about I need somewhere to go to win. So he's telling everybody else, his teammates, y'all are losers.
You know what? You know what would have been really funny? Hey, you know what would have been really funny?
Yeah.
If somebody on the team would say, "Hey, why don't we trade LeBron?"
Yeah. In fact, what's funny about that, Tim? Every time like a big name like that, LeBron, somebody signs with a team, I always make the joke on the Saturday shows they should trade him now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You think about all the pieces they could get for LeBron right now.
Yeah.
All right. What would people give up for that?
It could be like a Herschel Walker deal. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
All right, folks, that's Kevin Hastings here on The Best in Sports right here on WCSL. We'll be right back after these fine commercials.
Proud to be live and local.
Just in touch with what's going on.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL Cherryville.
Here's what's up in Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties. Brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL, and the Boss, WOHS and WLON. Mark your calendar for March 26 for the annual Adult Spelling Bee in Lincolnton from the Lincoln County Chamber of Commerce. Proceeds benefit the Chamber and education in Lincoln County. There will be a Porta Pit Chicken fundraiser in Cherryville at John Chavis Middle School on February 25th. Proceeds go toward the purchase of Chromebooks and supplies for the school. And that's What's Up, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. The Boss, WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM. And WLON 1050 AM and 107.5 FM. For more information, go to whatsupshopper.com.
Now you can rent the new Casino Hall Room at the Cherryville Country Club. It's great for parties of 12 or more. Seats up to 25 of your friends for a night of fun, including Keno, legal poker and video machines, lottery tickets, scratch-off tickets, and more. The new Casino Hall Room is available Thursday and Friday nights. To reserve your night, call the Cherryville Country Club at 704-435-6597. And don't forget about their big Sunday lunch buffet from 11 to 2. Cherryville Country Club off Roy Acre Road in Cherryville. Again, call 704-435-6597.
For all of your printing needs, see Modern Printing of Cherryville. Get your full-color business cards at Modern Printing of Cherryville, along with your full-color brochures. Get multicolor letterhead and multicolor envelopes. Just call 704-435-6112 or email at modern_printing@ymail.com. Modern Printing, located 902 East Main Street, Cherryville. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. That's Modern Printing of Cherryville.
Buy more, save more at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Come in now and save up to $1,200 on select GE Profile appliance packages, refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwave ovens. Let Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center put a package together for you. Again, save up to $1,200 on select GE Profile appliance packages. Buy more, save more at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center. 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturday.
There are many sounds in your daily life. Ones that make you smile. Ones that help you relax. And there are some sounds that can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you critical information about emergencies in your area. With updates from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Free classifieds in every edition of the What's Up Shopper, covering Cleveland, Lincoln, and Gaston counties. Place your free classified ad today in this week's What's Up Shopper.
Okay, we're back here, folks, on the Best in Sports show here on WCSL on Wednesday afternoon. Ken Lincoln, Tim Johnson with you. And, folks, we've been talking some basketball, and let's talk about another sport that's getting underway this weekend, Tim. And you wouldn't think it's time, but it's NASCAR time. It's Daytona 500 time.
You know, and I noticed something, Ken, in between the break. I was looking at the names on the front row for Mr. Rick Hendricks, Motorsports Cars on the first row. It's William Bryan and Alex Bowen. Never heard of him, Ken.
Yeah, Bryan's only 21 years old now. Bowman, I think, won a pole last year, but Hendrick Motorsports, they got their cars humming, and they got
that is
on the pole.
It is huge news, Ken, because and I know it's Daytona, so and we'll wait till next week for sure. If you guys remember last year, the Chevrolets were terrible.
Yes.
I mean, in the top 10, you might have 1, 2 every week. Toyota and Ford dominated the last 2 years, and you start worrying about the Camaro, and they talk about the new packages and stuff, and hopefully it'll help. And then when you see Hendricks go 1, 2, 3, 4, that might be a wake up call for the rest of the garage. Jimmy's he's third. So it's
he was third. They'll have 2 60-mile dual races to finish out 3 through 40 slots. But these two guys are.
So Hendricks is top 4.
Right.
Okay.
Bowman is the 88. You're talking about Byron. He's the 24. So he replaced Gordon. Of course, Jimmy with the big controversy this week in the race. Did you guys see the actual wreck or what happened?
Yeah, in the clash.
He was running second and he dropped down to pass, and he went tight. He was close passing. He didn't give the 21 car much room. And what happened was, you side draft, you suck each other up.
Yes.
So when he got on that quarter panel, there was still 5 feet to the wall. So 21 he got sucked into Jimmy. They wrecked. Well, they hit each other. Jimmy saves his. 21 wrecks the field, and then of course NASCAR world hates Jimmy Johnson all of a sudden. What's funny is the same people who would hate Jimmy Johnson for that move are probably all Earnhardt fans. Which he hadn't wrecked it. He ain't come up on anybody yet. He ain't wrecked. So
let me ask you a question, Kevin.
Well, real quick, Earnhardt Dale Jr. said it was both of them's fault, but it was neither one of them's fault.
I got you.
They both should have did better, but neither one of them was in the wrong.
Sure,
is what he said.
Yeah,
sure.
But
it just happened.
As it turned out, the race was short because
right.
of weather. Johnson ended up winning the class.
So basically, Johnson got the fault for it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's what everybody's saying, but he still got to win. Now Johnson's got a new sponsor, so he's in the Ally car now, and no longer with Lowe's. So that's big news as well on that.
Let me ask you a question, Kevin. You're a NASCAR fan, and I know when Smoke worked here, he was a big NASCAR fan too. Is Jimmy Johnson going to win 8? Would he ever win another championship?
I think so. Like, it depends. All that depends on is having a competitive car. The way they've got it set up now, where you get 4 people into the championship round on that last race, he's got to be one of the top 4. And the thing is, Jimmy hadn't lost any skill driving. I don't care what anybody says, because you can look across the board last year, and it was all the Chevys. It wasn't just his; it was all of them.
Yes,
and so I think I think his biggest problem really the last few years, and it's kind of weird to say because you like your drivers to be in shape. But I think Jimmy takes it to a point where we're getting to a point where it's too far. Running these marathons and these triathlons and stuff. There's one thing. There's a difference between doing a morning workout before you drive 500 miles. There's a difference between running a half. He ran a half marathon before he won that race.
If you
he ran. I've never run more than 3 miles in my life, and he ran 13 before the race and won.
I see Jimmy a good bit down at Quail Hollow, do a lot of work there, and he is in extreme shape.
Yes.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you, when I mean extreme shape, I mean he is, and he's taller. I mean I told my wife
he's not 5'6".
No.
He's about 5'10",
Listen,
ain't he?
no, he's taller than that.
Is he taller than that?
He's about 6'1".
Okay.
Yes, and I tell you something. I did his wedding reception years ago when he first got married, and he's a great guy. But I'm telling you, if you see him on TV, he looks like he's short. He's not. he's maybe a couple inches taller than me. I'm right at 6 foot, 5'10".
Yeah. Okay.
He's about the size of Addison, tall, wise. Yeah, nice guy, super first class guy.
I think he can, and I think he will. If he says I'm gonna stay for 5 years, I think
I hope he does.
I don't see a reason that he not. Like I said, he hasn't lost. I don't think he's lost any. I don't think he's lost any drive.
I agree with you with your skills. I don't think he has either.
And you got to remember, he came in. Jimmy grew up driving dirt bikes and racing on dirt. He didn't grow up racing, all these late model cars and this and that. It was totally the same.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right
still
now.
Got some of that in him, yeah.
As long as he stays with Hendricks, he's gonna have an opportunity.
Well, Ken, when you think about that, he loves a loose race car.
Oh yeah.
He wants it as loose as it can be, so he's sliding around. He knows he knows where it's going to go. He knows where it's going to slide. So so there's that news, and we'll have, of course, Daytona 500 coverage. Let me give you guys a schedule real quick for this weekend. The Gander RV Duel at Daytona is Thursday, Valentine's Day, 6 o'clock.
That's a truck race.
So let's see. Saturday we'll have the Racing Experience 300. That's the Xfinity, right?
Yes. And
then that's at 2 o'clock. Radio coverage, and then we'll have radio coverage beginning Sunday at 1:30 for the Daytona 500.
All right, and so NASCAR racing is getting started.
Real quick, last thing on that, I guess. I don't know if y'all are moving on, but they did change the rule.
Yeah.
The inspection rules about the winning car can be disqualified now, and I think that's huge.
Yeah, we talked about that the other week. Me and Ken did. Yeah, absolutely. All righty, folks. That's the NASCAR news, Ken. Jump on something.
Let's talk a little bit of baseball. Tim, the college has already started with their baseball, and I've been looking a little bit at Catawba College, trying to follow Robbie Cowie a little bit. They've played 10 games. He's played in all the games. They're 9-1.
How's he hit?
He's pitched a couple innings. He's playing every day. He's getting a hit about a game. He hasn't had any real big games yet, but he's playing as a freshman. And speaking of college, Gardner Webb's first 3 baseball games is going to be against the Naval Academy. February 15th at 4 p.m., that's this Friday. Saturday, February 16th, and Saturday, and then Sunday, a 2 o'clock game. All 3 games are at Veterans Field, Keeter Stadium, there in Shelby. So Gardner Webb would be recognizing local veterans on Saturday, and February 16th game, local veterans are asked to be at the game by 1:30 to be honored before the game. So
you want to go, Kenny? You going?
I don't know whether I'll be able to make it, but keep that in mind if you want to be there. And as a veterans, I encourage all veterans to go out and see some good baseball. Gardner Webb usually has a good program. Rusty Strap down there, and so
Cherryville boy.
So that's baseball. While we on the topic of baseball, Tim, the pitchers and catchers are reporting. They always do it around Valentine's, 13th, 14th. We still have 2 top free agents that's not been signed, Harper and Machado.
I'll take Machado over Harper any day.
So we'll see where they end up. Speaking of baseball, we lost an all-time great last week. Frank Robinson passed away at the age of 83.
He's a legend, Ken.
And Tim, we all know Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in the major leagues, but Frank Robinson was probably the next key trailblazer player as far as an Afro-American in major leagues.
I agree with that 100%.
He is a central player in advancing Major League Baseball, the integration of black players. He was involved in baseball for over 60 years as a player, manager, and then a Major League Baseball executive. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005 by George W. Bush. So this guy was admired, Hall of Fame, 21-year player as a player in his career, made 12 All-Star teams, only player to ever win MVPs in both leagues, won a Triple Crown. When he retired, he had 586 career home runs, which was 4th behind Aaron, Ruth, and Mace. Now, he's currently 10th because other people have passed him. But like I said, won a Triple Crown, won Rookie of the Year with the Reds in 1956 at the age of 20, hitting 38 home runs.
Ken, not only he was just a great player and played the game the right way, but he was an outstanding, probably a better person who was a player, Ken.
Yeah, and and he managed for a long time. He first started in Cleveland as manager as the first Afro-American manager, and he managed there 2 years, got fired, and then was hired again, and ended up managing 5 ball clubs during his career. And he said he learned a lot while that. He said he was one of the most fierce hitters at the plate. He crowded the plate. I watched him play, and he dared you to throw in. If you brushed him back, it just made him mad. He said he hated all pitchers. You know, and I like a hitter that's got that attitude. Hated all pitchers. Here's something about him, Tim. I want to see if you can guess.
Okay.
I know that Kevin's still listening.
All right.
In high school, he had a basketball teammate that went on to play in the NBA and became one of the all-time greats in the NBA.
And played baseball in high school.
Well, no,
he played. Oh, Frank Robinson played basketball.
Basketball, and this is one of these.
Where did he go to school at? High school.
He's in California. I'll give you a clue. He became the first Afro-American head coach in the NBA.
Oh, Did he play for? Did he coach the Boston Celtics?
Yes, sir.
Bingo. Wait a minute. I know who he is. Gosh, Ken, I know who he is. He coached the Boston Celtics.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. Bingo.
And I read that, and I said, "Ain't that cool?" I mean, went to high school with the guy who became the first Afro-American coach.
Yep. And a Hall of Fame
in
basketball
the NBA,
player.
and obviously
one of the great. Yes.
One of the greats.
Yes.
And listen to this.
That's pretty neat.
Here's another trivia.
So Robinson played basketball too.
Yeah. Here's another trivia. He had 2 baseball teammates in high school that later played in the major leagues, and they're pretty. If I mention their names, you'll know who they are. Vada Pinson and Kurt Flood.
Oh yeah,
those were his. Can you imagine what a team they had?
Wow, in high school.
In high school. But I read it,
wow.
and when I was looking at information about him, that was one of the most interesting things about that.
Wow, how about that?
So Jackie Robinson, one of the all-time greats.
Yep, and that's Frank Robinson too, no doubt about it. Frank and Jackie, both of them. You know, Jackie that retired his number forever in baseball, and then Frank Robinson, passed away last week. So, 2 great baseball players are Ken. 2 Robinsons too. Think about that, Robinsons.
Yeah, 2 Robinsons.
Yep.
And I remember seeing. I was old enough that I was able to see Frank Robinson play. So,
Ken, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. And we still got some more breaking news, folks. So hang tight with us right here on WCSL, the best in sports, right here on Classic Ford Studios. Tim McKeon.
Hometown proud.
The only station I listen to.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL Cherryville.
We're here because your mother doesn't trust anyone else. Your daughter just got her license. Your son needs a dependable car for school. Or maybe you just appreciate honesty, which is exactly what you get at Classic Ford of Shelby. Whether shopping for one of our 200 new Fords in stock or one of our quality pre-owned vehicles starting as low as $3,000, you get honest service at a hometown price. Welcome to our family. Classic Ford of Shelby, the hometown store that gives you more.
Country Gold with Terry Clark.
I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me this week for Country Gold, where we play all your favorites from the 80s and 90s.
Country Gold with Terry Clark, Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Inspiration grows here. The Southern Spring Home and Garden Show, February 22nd through 24th and March 1st through 3rd at the Park Expo and Conference Center. 2 weekends only to find innovative products, great deals, and practical advice with hundreds of experts. See America's favorite carpenter, Ty Pennington of TLC's Trading Spaces, appearing February 23rd only. Plus, explore the beautiful Bellegarde Gardens inspired by HGTV. From kitchens and baths to gardening and more, the Southern Spring Home and Garden Show. Buy tickets online and save $2 at charlottespringhomeandgardenshow.com.
It's game day. The energy pulsates through the arena. Adrenaline pumps. Tension heightens. Anticipation peaks. The crowd rises. It's finally time. The whistle blows and the ball goes up. Don't blink.
Pulls up for the tie. Yes, sir. 4.1 to go.
Game day lives here on the Tar Heels Sports Network, powered by Learfield.
Now's the time to buy your new Kubota from Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Right now, pay 0 money down. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months. Come on in now for all the details. all for good on the Kubota BX Series, the Kubota B Series, the Kubota L Series, and the Kubota MX Series tractors. Again, 0 money down and 0% APR financing for 60 months. Get your new Kubota today at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. For over 30 years, Stagecoach Hardware in Lawndale has been serving the folks of Upper Cleveland County. Warren Beam invites you in for all of your hardware needs. If it's broke, chances are Stagecoach Hardware in Lawndale has what you need to fix it. From plumbing to hardware to specialty nuts and bolts to kerosene heaters. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. That's Stagecoach Hardware, 356 East Main Street, Highway 182 in Lawndale. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturdays, 8 till 3. If you want it sold, put it on the Carter Chevrolet Swap Shop with Milton Baker. Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 10, right here on Big O Country and KTCBroadcasting.com.
All righty, folks, welcome back to the best in sports right here on a Wednesday afternoon. Tim Johnson, Kenny Lane, Mr. Baseball is what we call it. Kenny, we have some breaking news, folks, and we've known about this for a good while, Ken, and we just wasn't able to say anything. But Lincolnton High School, folks, they have a new head football coach, and his name is Joe Glass, and Ken knows a little bit about his history. He went from Patton to J.M. Robinson and Concord from J.M. Robinson, and he spent only 1 year last year, Ken, at Eastern Guilford. Is that correct?
Yes, and after 1 year at Eastern Guilford, where that team went 10-3, he has taken over the head coaching job of the Lincoln Woods.
And heard a lot of wonderful things about Coach Glass, and he will be in Lincolnton. I understand that he has got a teaching position at Rock Springs School, from my understanding, and he will be, I think, the 22nd or 25th of this month. He will be here. So, and I assume he'll be working too, Ken. So
yeah, and I'm sure he'll come in and immediately get involved with the football program and all the weightlifting and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He'll get the spring session ready to go because they'll have spring workouts and stuff like that for the high school. So, Joe Glass, the new head football coach at Lincolnton High School. And Ken, I know Coach Gibson, we know him well, Lefford, and he was with the school for like 20 years, but he is not a Lincoln boy. Joe Glass is from out there from a different area. So this is really, if you think about it, Ken, is this the really outside coach, the first one?
Yeah, that hadn't really have any association
Coach
with
Smith?
the school at all. I mean, Lefford
was
there a long
for a long time.
as assistant, but this guy hasn't had any association from a coach or player student standpoint at all with Lincoln High School. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. And Lincoln, without a doubt, history going back years and years and years with a great football program. And for them to, and you know, that says a lot to me about Coach Joe Glass, about, for them hiring outside.
Well, the thing I read about him, he's great with the, with the players and families, and everybody sort of loved him. The only thing that concerned me a little bit is he's moved around a lot, so we'll see whether he stays in Lincoln for a while or not.
Well, hopefully he will. So congratulations to Coach Joe Glass and the Lincoln High School. All right, Kenny, how about some NFL news?
Well, the Panthers, Tim, re-signed Eric Reed this week to a 3-year, $21 million contract, $23 million if you throw in some performance incentives. So they locked him down for 3 years.
I know you're not happy with that.
Well, I thought they maybe overpaid him, but he did come in after 3 or 4 games and been off season and hadn't played. So, and they played him at strong safety. Free safety and probably strong safety is his best slot. So we'll see how that works out. And the Cleveland Browns have signed Kareem Hunt, who is still under investigation by the NFL and likely probably miss a good portion of the season.
He'll miss at least 4 games, I would think.
I mean, when the suspensions come down, because he will be suspended for the violence that they're investigating. So it was interesting to see that Cleveland went ahead and signed him.
Yeah, he'll definitely miss at least 4 games. I would think so.
Tim, there was another football league that got started this week, the Alliance of American Football, the AAF. CBS had their game on 8 o'clock Saturday night. Did you watch any of it?
No, I did not. I
didn't either. But
I didn't watch any of it. I'm going to, though.
I understand it. 2.9 million people did.
Well, I'll tell you something else, too. There's a lot of former players.
There are.
From the NFL. And I tell you, there's several Dallas Cowboy players playing from what I understand.
And I listened to the CEO of this thing. He and Bill Poyer are the co-founders of this thing. But they've got coaches in there that we know, Tim, Steve Spurrill, Mike Singletary, Mike Matz, and they got a lot of.
Is that March? You mean Mike March?
Mike March, yeah.
Used to be with the Rams.
Yeah. March, I should say. Yes. And Mike Pereira, the official from the NFL.
Yes.
He's just consulting for them.
Huh.
And I understand they're going to have 8 officials on the field and a judge in the sky, called the sky judge, that can overrule a call immediately on the field without even looking at the replay.
So what's happened is, folks, this new league, the Alliance of American Football League, they have watched the NFL, took notes and stuff like that, and they said, hey, we're going to one-up you boys.
And I think they've got a lot of good people involved. And I think they're going to make it, Tim. They got a good strategy, and it'll be in the off season from now to the end of April when they have a championship game. CBS is going to have the championship game, and CBS Sports Network is going to have games every week. They're going to have a 10-game schedule, and then they're going to have a playoff for the championship.
What team is all the Cowboys on, Ken? That's the team I'm pulling for.
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be something they win a championship and Jerry? Wouldn't that be something?
We'll see. But you have some ex-NFL players, so that's interesting. We'll talk more about that as we go along. But this is not something I think is going to fail. I think they will get the audience, and it will be some football people watching.
All righty, folks. There you have it. Kenny Link, Mr. Baseball. Happy birthday to you, Kenny.
All right. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the best in sports right here on WCSL. 92.3 on FM and 1590. Sorry to say 1050, but 1590. Folks, have a great weekend. We'll be right back here next Wednesday, right here at the Classic 4 Studios. You guys have a great weekend.
Live and uniquely local.
It's a community station.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM. WCSL Cherryville.
It's time now for the news. A new radio show is taking the nation by storm. It's called This is the 60s, with the best music from the best decade. And, well, thank you. Who are you? Well, I'm J.J. Wilson, and I'm the host of This is the 60s. This is the 60s, with the best music from the best decade. News headlines, pop culture corner, and more. But I was going to say all that. Get out of my news booth, certainly.
This is the 60s, Friday mornings from 10 a.m. till 12 noon on The Balls, WOHS, AM and FM in Shelby, WLON in Lincolnton. Hey, Dwight Fowler at Ronaldo Auto Mall in Shelby says it's time for you to step up to a new GMC truck. Come on in and check out the fold-down tailgate, making stepping up easy. And what about payments? How about 0% financing for up to 72 months? Come into Ronaldo Auto Mall in Shelby for all the details. Step up. Step up to a new GMC truck today from Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right below the Cleveland Mall.
Temperature's perfect, crowd on their feet, and we are ready to go.
A new NASCAR season is about to begin.
A dual win and stage points on the line.
But first, the stars of NASCAR have to fight their way in.
Bubba Wallace will not go quietly.
To the season's biggest race.
3 wide behind them. Here comes Stenhouse on the outside.
The Gander RV Duel at Daytona.
Big shove from Kurt Busch.
Thursday at 6 p.m. on the Motor Racing Network.
The Gander RV Duel at Daytona from the Daytona National Speedway. Thursday night, February 14th at 6 p.m. on Big O Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, Carolina Country, WCSL. Online at KDCBroadcasting.com.
James Wholesale Mulch Yard is now open on Highway 150 West between Cherryville and Waco beside Southern States. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and on Sunday by appointment. You'll find mulch, gravel, straw, trees, pine needles, and more. Plus, James Wholesale Mulch delivers and installs by request. Call 704-884-1142 for details or directions, or look us up on MapQuest for directions. And call James Tree Service for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and all bucket truck needs. We have 23 years experience and rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Call us today at 704-884-1142. We take special